My name's Nick Nugent, and I've been working here at the Etches Collection for just over 2 years now. I'm the education coordinator, which essentially means I am the lead teacher, and I create the material for teaching mostly primary and secondary school classes who come to visit the Etches Collection. Before I discovered this amazing place, I worked in industry in a totally different role. My degree is in chemistry, and with that chemistry, I joined a company that made banknotes, passports, and ID cards. This is a sort of hidden world that most people don't think about day to day. When we use these documents, we don't think about where they've come from. But the technology that's used to design and manufacture these documents and protect them from being counterfeited is a crucial part of how the documents work. So I spent 35 years in that industry, mostly on the technical side, designing and manufacturing these documents, and also training police and immigration officers how to spot the fakes, how to tell the counterfeits. I felt volunteering was important to me as I'd retired 2 or 3 years ago. I moved from Hampshire to Dorset. Volunteering was a great way to get some structure and purpose back into my day, but also a way to meet like-minded people in a new county and discover new areas of work. I heard about the Etches Collection from another volunteering role I had, came to visit as a member of the public, and was struck by how amazing the place was. So on that visit, I asked at the front desk if any volunteers were needed, and so I began my volunteering role here as a front of house person on reception, helping visitors, answering their questions. So that was my original role here at the museum. Yeah, I started off as a front of house receptionist, essentially. This was the summer of 2021, and we were emerging from COVID, so the museum was getting very busy that summer. There wasn't a lot of time to do anything else, but that role broadened into more tasks within the museum. I saw schools visit, and I felt that we could maybe have a stronger program for visiting schools, give them more hands-on activities, and give them a lesson on Jurassic Coast fossils, Mary Anning, which would help them have a taste for the world of paleontology, but also meet the national curriculum. I've been interested since I did an A-level in geology many years ago. That was my first introduction to paleontology and the world of fossils. I think, like many 8, 9, 10-year-olds, I had been interested in dinosaurs, but paleontology during my A-level opened up a whole new set of ideas and understandings, and the fact that the science is still relatively new, we're still discovering things all the time. However, my career in the security document industry was quite intense. I did a lot of traveling, a lot of hours, and apart from occasional visits to Lyme Regis, to the annual Fossil Festival, I didn't really take up my hobby, my interest in fossils again until recently, until I retired. Yeah, good question. Most of the primary schools, the classes that visit, have at least one person, one young person in their class that already knows that's what they want to be. And aged 8 or 9, they probably aren't thinking of the how, they just know this is something that will happen. They have such a passion and a knowledge of fossils and dinosaurs, they're not thinking of the how. As they get older and the secondary school classes, especially if they've selected GCSE geology, then they are more likely to ask the how. And my answer to that would be to choose your options, to make sure that you don't miss out a subject at school that would be important in doing a degree. A degree, of course, isn't the only way forward to become a paleontologist, but it helps because it enables you to sample, to taste all the different threads there are in the broad subject of paleontology. There are academic threads like chemistry, biology, stratigraphy, geology, but also there are lots of hands-on opportunities in this subject for hunting, for preparing, for curating the fossils. So it's not all about academic qualifications, but I would encourage A-levels and degree courses to be selected to give you the opportunity to see which bit of paleontology is for you. I didn't imagine 5 years ago that I would be a teacher in this subject. It's actually not that big a jump. It turns out teaching 8-year-olds about fossils as it is teaching immigration officers or police about counterfeits. They're both scientific subjects. They both involve microscopes. They both involve clear logical thought. So there's more in common with what I've done and what I'm doing now than I might have expected. Paleontology is often a passion, and it's something that I think it's possible to come to full-time, part-time, as a hobby at any stage of your life, of your career. Never too late. Without having signed up for volunteering programs, generally, I wouldn't have encountered the possibilities here at the museum. So maybe it's as important to get networking with like-minded people as it is to pick a subject and decide that's the one for me. It's rather the same as I said in response to the question, how do I become a paleontologist? The academic qualification might not be critical, but if it gives you the chance to explore the different flavors of earth sciences, of geology and paleontology, then you can find the one that fits for you. And I think volunteering in a number of different roles gives you the opportunity to discover something that you maybe hadn't realized was going to become a passion. Yeah, there's probably no single part that is the most rewarding. Being involved in education here is all rewarding. From the moment the class arrives and are so excited about coming to see prehistoric creatures and dinosaurs, to inspiring those kids about the work. I guess there are two things that maybe stick out. One is when I get handwritten thank you letters from the kids telling me what a wonderful day they've had here. And also when I find a child has brought their parents, their families back to the museum because of a school visit, and they are so excited to show their families around, and that's only happening because they came here during a school visit. But it's all so rewarding because the layout in the museum, the Jurassic Aquarium, brings everything to life, and the kids just love it. They have the best day out.